list of things they think they can get you for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when they go to the cops, they have to go, okay, look, we're like 85% certain if we go in this house, we're finding a dead body and a brick of cocaine.
And when they don't find
It
anything
may
like
be,
that,
it
they have
may
to make
not
sure
be
your
white
taxes are in
anymore.
order.
Of course.
I was gonna say they take a look at your taxes, but I guess that also works.
Again, remember. Yeah.
No, I mean, if you don't find anything, then they go look at your taxes so they can,
Oh, yeah.
Gray, why are you streaming?
Because the sheer stupidity of what I'm looking at right now.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
My map.
What the fuck did you
How
do?
annoying is this map gonna make me?
What the actual fuck did you do, Gray?
I went to Cathay despite not knowing how to get to Cathay.
Did someone break down what the fuck I'm looking at?
Okay, so to make it
Warhammer 3, you
very
can
simple for
teleport
you,
around the map.
Khorne has a bullshit ability where if his cult does enough murder, they can just summon an army of Khorne to the doorstep of a town.
Specifically the faction leader.
Okay.
Doesn't
Now
matter
he
where
is-
he is currently,
Is
doesn't
that
matter
why
how
there's
far.
just hotspots of red at random around this fog of war?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Scarbrand
That's-
is very stupid.
Because,
Alright.
haha, you guys did enough murder. Now Scarbrand, the Greater Demon, is knocking on the front door.
Yeah, so I own the Storm Dragon start.
No,
What?
no, they're really useful for sitting there and getting slapped.
Who?
Not-
Goblars, the ogre goblins.
Oh yeah, I've been noticing there's been a few problems with the AI and not attacking when they're literally being attacked. That's definitely happened a few times.
I had a
Cause
skull cannon just
it
go
has
into a
definitely
wall.
lost me
Alright.
enough battles.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh,
That was perfect timing.
Ooh, someone just dropped.
Amazing.
Who dropped?
Or
Alvor.
someone came. Oh, never mind. Albor popped in. Never mind.
Oh,
That was perfect timing on his part.
Yeah, well done.
All right,
Gentlemen.
gentlemen, ladies, croissants, nose hair.
Oh shit, we got croissants in here. Can I get me one?
I don't think there's anyone who's French here, so I don't know why he's calling people croissants.
Thank
Isn't
God,
Alvor
being
French?
French is a sin.
Yes, we all know that the French don't actually exist in God's earth.
Thank God. Inshallah. The French are no more.
Indeed. I mean, we still have to carry out Operation Day of Rake if we're going to get rid of the French. Because there is one type of French that is worse than the French. And that's Canadian French.
Even the real French hate the Canadian French.
Look, everyone hates the Canadian French.
Now, are we getting rid of all French speakers? Because if so, we've got some business down in Baton Rouge.
Okay, look, Sarui gets a pass, but Baton Rouge is still out on verdict.
Now, I
On
will
jury.
say, to be fair, their version of French is so not French that neither of the other French speakers will recognize them as French.
Yeah, well, that's
Cajun.
France's problem, not ours.
I'm
They're
just telling you
American,
how it be.
They get a pass
They get a pass?
because they're Americanized.
If your version
Fair.
of French is so offensive to the French that they refuse to acknowledge it as French, you're good.
You're
Good
doing
job,
it right?
mission accomplished.
You're doing French right? Is that why the Spanish and French hate each other so much?
I mean,
Have we
I think
unlocked
they have
the
more
truth?
reason than just that to hate each other.
there's a
Sure.
lot of reasons,
Yeah.
which a lot of them would be things can't be said.
Yeah, well, that's just
There's a
Europe's
lot of war
history in a
crimes.
nutshell.
Yeah, we've been fucking with each other since the last millennia.
Fucking with each
More or
other
less.
since there was the French and Spanish.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so gentlemen, what do you want? What should we start on tonight, Alvor? What do you? Yeah, we're gonna give you the right to pick what we're doing tonight. What story are we starting tonight, Alvor? Tell us.
I think he muted
I
himself.
would say a DBZ crossover with something that does not need to be crossovered with DBZ. So in that case, I will take a shot and see if there's a Dragon Ball Z FNAF crossover.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right, okay, so Dragon
You're
Ball
a
Z.
cruel man, aren't you?
I don't know Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna be honest here.
To be fair, you don't need to.
That's fair.
Nah, no. Neither do Dragon Ball fans.
That's
It's just
also
escalation.
fair.
Or fucking Toriyama, like, nobody knows.
Look,
There's a Toriyama tried to end it in Dragon Ball Z 3 times,
Wait,
and they
hold
wouldn't let
on.
him.
What? Wait, whoa. Why is Sailor Moon? I mean, Naruto obviously is the most popular crossover. No one's surprised by that. We can move on. Sailor Moon's the second most popular?
Well, to be fair, they shared a block on Toonami.
I mean,
yeah.
y-
There's a lot of
yes.
people that
It
like
were
Sailor
one
Moon.
after the other.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm more talking about how does someone look at fucking Sailor Moon and go, yeah, these people could fight Saiyans.
Because power scaling is nonsense.
Have you
Oh well,
seen
no,
what
no.
Sailor
See, the
Jupiter
problem
could
here
do?
is, Max, is that the Sailor Moon has power in spades, but they don't move fast. They move at human speed.
Yeah, to be fair, they get instant transmissioned and they're kind of dead.
That or Solar Flare. Solar Flare is bright enough that it'll just burn your eyes out of your skull.
Yeah, look, a Sailor Moon the Sailor Moon cast in late game Sailor Moon is like, yeah, we just casually yeet entire galaxies if that needs to be done, but they still don't move fast, so all the Saiyans could just, I'm gonna flash at you and
Oof.
you're dead.
I have a small question here.
Yeah.
I remember from forever ago, someone explained to me that the Saiyans actually have like telekinesis and crap. That's why rocks start floating when they power up. So could they
That's
just like
bullshit. They
I
don't.
think someone explained it as like telekinesis. I don't 100% remember.
It's not telekinesis. It's basically just they have it. Toriyama does not know how to fucking stupid.
No,
Whenever they power up, it just like everything around them like lifts up because all their power has been like unleashed effectively. I don't know.
Yeah,
I 100%
it just
trust you
looks
on that.
cool, basically, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
That's a lot of
So-
Dragon Ball Z.
Still, don't they have like some kind of aura or pressure or something they can put on others? Could they just like crush the Sailor girls? They transform with that?
What?
Does
You,
anyone know what he said?
You cut
You
out.
went super
Yeah.
robot there, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually fixed some of my equipment for tonight, but apparently it's still
Hey,
shit.
it's not your equipment, it's your mic. It's your
Well-
connection.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
You went quite
It's
robot.
unfixed
Gotcha.
itself.
Your mic's working just fine. It's just your ability to transmit audio is not doing too hot.
Well, if that keeps up, I'll dip out. But still, could they just use that weird key pressure thing they do to just crush the sailors before they transform? Like, what's the limit of that?
I mean, if they
Uh,
knew
I mean,
to do it, yeah?
maybe.
They could, but there's a part of this that's don't forget Saiyans love a good fight, so
Yeah.
they might let them transform before attempting that.
Yeah.
Because a squishy human's not much fun
Yeah.
to fight.
So then that's obviously followed up by the more reasonable crossover section, Fairy Tail. No really big
I
surprise
mean,
there
they
either.
still don't move fast enough to truly fight a Saiyan, but like, at least in terms of power scaling, like,
Well, I
yes.
mean, it just more just kind of makes sense. They're both shonen. They're both, like really, really,
I guess here's the
really long
question.
fight scenes.
with
Yeah.
the level that Goku's reached, does he
Yeah.
count as a god for a god slayer?
Yes.
Yeah.
He achieved Super Saiyan God at some point. Yes, he is.
There we go.
unfortunately
Yeah.
God.
So
Yeah.
what's his because Natsu stole the Black Dragon Slayer flame or whatever, right? So he can dunk on Goku with that.
Actually, that's something I wanted to take a moment to just be autistic as fuck about.
Yeah.
What's that killer instinct thing he gets, or ultra instinct or whatever?
Yeah.
Or it's like,
Ultra Instinct, what about it?
Yep. Where he can read the movements of his opponent's body. Someone
Oh,
who is in MMA
no, that's
for
not
like
how that
15
works.
years,
Ultra
I just
Instinct is
remember-
it's hyper reflexes. That's it.
just
Pretty much.
everything that described was literally just what you pick up over time being in fights. You don't even have to be a great
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah, that's all it was. That's why people were like, so that means the normal ass humans could learn this then. Because it's just
They
turn your
could.
active brain off. That's all you do.
Roshi,
Oh, no.
Roshi actually learned it. That's the funny
Oh
thing.
no.
Hey, wait a minute. Does that mean Natsu automatically knows it?
Oh no. Gilgamesh has Ultra Instinct.
Oh no.
I mean, Gilgamesh would probably have the Hyper Beast Supreme shirt too. He'd probably just do that.
I mean, Harry
I'm
Potter
sorry. I just
again.
imagine Gilgamesh showing up, looking at a Saiyan fist, and being like, "This is not in my vault, but it should be."
It will be now. Actually, it's
Praising
interesting.
praising the infinite looking motherfucker.
It's interesting. I forget if this was an official Nasu quote in response to someone asking him about
no.
Gilgamesh's vault and how that works, because technically his vault is described as having the first prototype of everything, and that's not a description of his vault. That's how his vault operates. And that's why he has jets and stuff in his vault, because his vault automatically got every prototype jet as they were made throughout time.
Actually, does he just get the prototypes, or does he get the finished version?
He, as far as I'm aware, he only automatically gets the prototype.
Yeah,
99% of that shit.
it's essentially like the originals. in
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
weird
say, let's
way.
be clear, it's not prototype is the wrong way to say it. It's essentially everybody gets a shittier version because as they tack on more and more random kitschy bullshit, they weigh down the OS essentially
Well,
of whatever the
Yeah,
weapon is.
that's one way to think of it.
Prototype's the wrong word to use, but it's the word they use. And basically,
know.
how they describe it is the prototype is the pinnacle version of the object that was originally created. Even if it wasn't fully created, even if man didn't make it, the idea would still become an item in his vault. Yeah.
I want you to know, I'm just imagining him riding around in those wacky ass Nazi super bombers.
Yeah. So anyway, point being though is, he would have, if he was ever in another universe, just any other universe, period, Mass Effect, Warhammer,
Oh God.
etc., he would just instantly get all of the originals of everything from that universe in his vault, canonically, as far as his
That
vault
is-
goes.
That would backfire. The Eldar gods are specifically constructs. If he just has an entire fresh set of idealized Eldari gods in his vault, he's fucked.
Well, it only applies to human constructions.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh, that's okay. No, but Sneaky, that's a real problem because that means he's got a Man of Iron in there. He's got the original Titan in there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess that Titan wouldn't
Man
have
of
fallen
Gold,
to
too.
chaos yet. So,
Yeah.
oh, by the
Um,
way, fun fact: the very first Titan was closer to a Gundam than a Titan,
I'm
course
not
it
shocked
was-
by
it
this.
was
I'm
still
not shocked by this at all.
Titan-sized,
Yeah.
but it
Who
was
cares?
much cleaner. That we
This
found that
is
out
me not
on
being
one of the
shocked.
original Mechanicus worlds.
Mm.
I honestly thought it was just something more like a BattleTech ripoff. I didn't know 40K ripped off anime. I thought it was just every other Western franchise to ever exist.
Well, okay, let's be clear here. 40K ripped off a lot of things. There's nothing saying they didn't rip off both, my friend.
Fair enough.
They ripped off from a lot of things.
Yeah,
Which,
just like-
in
overall-
fairness to the original people who made it, it was done in the 80s, and it was done as a shit post that wasn't supposed to last more than 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Well,
And then it did.
no, Warhammer Fantasy wasn't.
No, 40K. We're talking about 40K.
Yeah, we're talking about
40K
But
specifically.
I'm just
No,
saying.
no, don't get me wrong. Warhammer
GW has a
Fantasy
long
also
history
has-
of like taking shit.
Yeah,
and
Warhammer
then just
Fantasy also has a
repurposing
very long history of taking shit. Yes.
Yes.
It's the
Just
enterprising
quick.
British spirit. Take something else from someone
Yeah.
else's culture or
Yeah.
series or whatever, and then make it your own.
Horribly.
Real quick,
What I'm
does
really
everyone
shocked
know-
by is that there are only 3 Gurren Lagann stories.
That
Technically, Gurren Lagann scales too hard.
yeah.
That's
That's
fair.
like-
That's fair. That's
Like-
fair.
Like,
Hmm.
No, because here's the thing. I'm a Super Saiyan. Okay, I'm gonna yeet the galaxy that you're in. I can't instant transmission that one.
Just fucking
Because isn't instant transmission only like, what, 3 times the speed of light?
yeah. Beer is just looking at the exploding universe and asking Whis to rewind and make sure no one remembers this ever happened.
Oh, you want to know something funny?
Mm.
If instant transmission is only 3 times the speed of light,
Hmm.
Luke Skywalker can take a Saiyan.
Really?
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
okay, to be fair, it's like Skywalker's specifically, because I remember, we got numbers. God bless Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Oh,
Your
yeah, that's right.
average Jedi master moves 300% faster than the average human. Average
Okay.
Jedi master.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker is fucking whatever he pleases.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, fair enough.
He specifically has a force technique where he basically surrenders all individuality and becomes just a plain, flat out, the hive mind controlled force construct for a little while.
Yeah.
And he was capable of covering planet-sized distances instantaneously and simultaneously. So it's something like localized omnipresence, but he's actually physically moving from location to
Oh, so
location.
he just straight up uses quantum mechanics by melding with the universe, and because the universe is everywhere, he can be anywhere.
Correct.
Anywhere
sense.
the force is. There are places in the Star Wars galaxy the force doesn't exist. and there
Okay,
are
so
the-
instant transmission is in fact instant, but it requires a key signature to lock onto. So he'd have to have a key signature for someone outside the galaxy.
You guys had me very confused saying it was only 3 times the speed of light.
I think I was thinking of instant movement or whatever.
Mm, yes. Anyway, so followed by Harry Potter, which I mean, again, I understand popular fandom. So moving on here. Not much to say. Justice League, again, completely see that coming. Goku versus Superman, very normal.
Very normal, very, very unbalanced.
Oh yeah, absolutely unbalanced. Then followed by DXD, which again, I understand why.
I mean, I feel like we shouldn't really be surprised about that, honestly.
Yeah,
Because
I
DXD just crossed over with fucking everything.
yeah, I don't know how you managed to do a DXD saying crossover, but I can see why people would try.
Well, I mean, the thing
Followed
is,
by
Sneaky,
Ruby
they
for
aren't
some
thinking about it.
fucking reason.
It's because it's Ruby.
Yeah, I'm aware because Ruby. That's the same reason why Harry Potter, Justice League, and DXD are there. I'm just really confused as to how you write a story about Ruby and not DXD, Ruby and Super Saiyans. Because again, Ruby characters don't actually move that fast. Like,
You could use the Grim. You could say that the ego of the Saiyans actually empowers the Grim, because it's pure negative emotion, more or less.
I mean, yeah, sure, but like,
Vegeta and the no good, very bad day.
what kind of story are you going to be able to make out of that? Like, unless Vegeta is somehow, like, gonna try and use the Grim to conquer the world for him or something?
I'd honestly more say that would be maybe a character study of it specifically being about Vegeta having to sit down and realize that yes, he is a shit cunt and come to terms with that.
But he's from planet Vegeta.
Exactly.
Say, Vegeta is not going to be introspective in the slightest.
Again, Inuyasha follows that up, which... Again, I'm not really sure how you're gonna write this sort of story, but okay. Bleach and Pokemon. I can sort of see how Bleach can stack up and why it might be involved, because the afterlife is very much frequented by the Saiyans. But Pokemon. What, Goku decides to stop punching things and go out collect some monsters?
He is retarded.
Fair.
Yes.
My Hero Academia is an obvious one. It's probably going to be filled with Izuku gains the power of Saiyans. And then My Little Pony.
Friendship is magic, and magic is heresy.
I crave the sweet release of death.
Brother, get the flamer. The heavy
For the flamer. We need the Prometheum.
I get Claymore? Like, how do you write a story? Like, yeah, I guess the Claymores move fast, but not Saiyan fast. Like, a Claymore, an Attack on Titan story would be interesting. You could actually fit a lot of that together. But Claymore and...
Mostly the people from Claymore would just go full Metal Gear Rising on anything from Attack on Titan.
Pretty much, which is why it'd be cool. One Piece, Rosario Vampire, Dragon Ball Super. I mean, yeah, fair enough, I guess. But what?
Why?
Sonic the Hedgehog? Why?
I mean,
Oh,
Sonic the
no.
Hedgehog and Dragon
no,
Ball
Eggman
Z.
and Vegeta have teamed up. Oh no, they're gonna piss on the moon.
I mean, there's already fucking
So in peak,
huge amount of fucking
absolute
supers in that series.
peak. Why the fuck is this here? We have Dragon Ball Z and Five Nights at Freddy's, which has 13 stories for it, which is 13 stories too many, first off. Because how the fuck do you even start? Oh yeah, Goku decided to take a night security job one day. And then the animatronics tried to kill him, so he punched them all once.
There isn't nearly enough alcohol in this. Give me a second.
I can drink to that.
That
I
might
think
be
the
pretty
cider's
hilarious.
fermented. Fuck. Tasting fucking horrible.
So we got Security Beat. In the first of my What If stories, Beat and Berserk go to dinner at Pizzaplex in middle of vacation, despite knowing that there is more to the place than they want to admit. Who the fuck is Beat?
I have no idea.
Actually,
Beat from Berserk?
No.
Is that what I heard?
Beat is a Dragon
and
Ball Z
Berserk.
character.
I have no fucking idea who that is.
That's probably a filler character then.
Probably.
So Sneaky.
Yes.
Let me sell this idea to
Yeah.
you. Goku.
Yeah.
We all know he hit his head on a rock as a kid, being evil. He's got brain damage. So Chi-Chi tells him, "Hey, you need to go get a job, make some money." Goku gets a job. He absolutely and totally fucks up all the animatronics, packs up a massive debt, and now he is stuck as a wage slave.
Okay, so at what point does this turn into Mr. Incredibles?
Bingo. Actually, to
Goku
swing
gets
back
really
to that,
fat.
though, the Incredibles really was an enjoyable movie. I really did like that.
Anyway, so point being is that your story's dumb. I don't like it, and it made me forget of the funny joke I was about to tell.
Good.
Anyway, so
Glad you
the
did.
next story. Security breach extraterrestrial family. Planet Vegeta exists.
Who could have
Why do
seen
you
this
continue to
coming?
inflict this on us?
When Freddy saw an injured woman, the last thing he expected was to become the parent to a Saiyan from Planet Vegeta.
Good fucking god.
Planet Vegeta, huh?
I crave the sweet release of death.
No.
It's an OC
Never.
self-insert.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Dragon Ball Alternate Universe, the one who got away. In this story, a young Saiyan named Brawly was sent off to Vampa by King Vegeta. But due to an error in navigation, he went to Earth instead, and was found by an Earth couple and was renamed Jonathan. But how will he fare when his life is turned upside down when the robots attack him? Warning. People swear in this story.
Oh
Oh
no.
no. Oh, the
Whatever will we
humanity.
do?
Oh, right, that was the joke. But Alvor, who is the man behind the slaughter?
Goku. Obviously.
Mm.
Dragon Ball Alternate Universe Savior. What? When Jonathan is killed by William after he failed to kill him as a Super Saiyan and is now an animatronic Bear Saiyan, how will this change the FNAF story?
These
What
5
were
stories
those words?
all written by the same person.
They're
Six.
all
Wait.
by the same person.
6, I
Oh
think.
my god.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball AU, the one who got away, Mirai Chronicles. And yes, I am pronouncing it the way he spelled it. Chronicles.
We should all endeavor to misspell words as much and as aggressively as possible.
Indeed. With
Don't worry,
Goku
Sneaky,
dead
get the
from
head start on that every day.
with Goku dead from the heart virus.
What?
What?
Yeah, he got the
What
heart
is-
attack one time.
I guess he
Yeah.
didn't take his meds in this timeline.
Yeah, I guess he took
No.
the COVID jab.
Yeah, he's vaccinated.
Actually, can someone explain that whole heart attack thing with Goku? Because I never understood that as a kid.
Toriyama never explained aside from he developed a heart disease.
No, you don't get to leave, Aura.
That was it.
Yeah,
that was
it
all.
was
It was
100.
he developed a heart disease, and Trunks brought back
The
a
medicine.
cure for it. It was specifically it was a heart disease that didn't have a cure at the time.
Yeah.
So
And then he just sort of gave him the medicine, and then he never took it because the timeline got changed because Cell.
yeah, because for some reason everyone thought, oh, because the androids didn't show up properly, he doesn't get the heart disease, which doesn't make any
No,
sense.
he just never got the heart disease until later, until the androids showed up.
Oh, I know, but like that never made sense.
Of course, it
There's
doesn't
no
make sense.
reason.
Toriyama
that
had
would
no idea
change
what he was doing.
Toriyama just wanted to be done.
Mysterious disappearance, and the Z Fighters did at the feet of the androids. The only ones who are alive now are future Gohan, future Trunks, future Fredbear, and future Spring Bonnie. Will they be
Wait,
able to
what?
stop the androids from slaughtering more people?
Fuck.
What?
AU, FNAF
Why?
AU, good animatronics from the future. Male Spring Bonnie.
Aye.
What in the world?
What
Good
the
fucking
fuck?
god.
What?
Every word that keeps coming out.
Hold on. My little brother absolutely loves this. I am sending this to him to get his reaction.
Oh, good. He loves
Oh.
stupid shit like this now, huh?
No, he loves Dragon Ball. That's all he talks about.
No. Oh,
Ah.
you're a
Oh,
cruel
yeah.
man, Sneaky.
Do it.
I sent it to him.
Good man.
Super
Just a
Saiyan 4.
midget calling.
Go get us. He responded.
Oh my god.
You know what? I kind of wish that there was a better fan
okay.
dub that pronounced
Okay.
that the same way Sneaky just did.
What? Go get her?
Yeah.
Wait, how do you pronounce it then?
It's Gogeta, but you're pronouncing it like a Suthner slurring go-getter.
Well, I'm about to start drinking like a Southerner, so give me a second.
I need a fan dub now of Gogeta introducing himself as Go-Getta in the most southern accent you can track down.
Well, wait, Vegeta?
No, Gogeta.
Oh.
That's one of the fusions.
Diffused.
Because it's Goku and Vegeta.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's either
Um,
Gogeta
Well,
or
if you
or
can find me
Vegito.
some dialogue lines from Gogeta, I'll try and read them out, Max.
That sounds like effort. Also, by the way, Sneaky, so like Gogeta, that makes sense, right? Combining Goku and Vegeta's name.
Alright, what did he say, maybe?
Hang on. What did he send
Sneaky's
back?
laughter is dangerous.
He laughed so hard he brought the timer back. Oh fuck.
Oh, he did?
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yes he did. It's counting down until his lungs stop working if we keep him laughing at this rate.
Excellent.
Alright, it's gone.
Damn it.
Oh god,
Wh-
Jesus Christ.
What did your brother send back?
Or is it not appropriate for our viewing audiences?
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Look.
Send it to. Why does he have
Wait.
that?
He immediately sent this
Why
back
did
to
someone
me.
make that? How did he track this down so fast?
He's my little brother.
Impressive, truly. Like
The best
he's
part is he's
found
not
that.
he's not even blood related to you, right? He's your stepbrother.
No, he's my half brother.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I was about to say this.
All right,
Sneaky
apparently
virus
it is
infectious.
inheritable.
Yes, it's absolutely inheritable. The ability to ship post upon command is an absolutely inheritable trait.
Oh, Alvor's computer's frozen. Shall I just disconnect him to save time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Oh my god, there's more.
God.
He sent me 3 fucking images.
The fact that he had 3.
It says a lot.
You know, I always talk about my family, right? And you guys, you gotta believe me. My family's something else.
So it would
Oh, I know
seem-
your family's something else. I still remember the story of when I sent you one of those short daggers, and your
Oh, yeah,
mother
my
had
mother.
a freak out. Like, why did you buy that? I didn't. Max bought it. Oh, you should thank him. Like the immediate 180 on her attitude.
Yes, my mother, the woman who keeps a knife in every drawer of the house, just in
That's
case.
so. I still didn't understand why she was upset when she thought it was you that bought it, but then was immediately okay when she found out it was someone
I
else.
bet because she was worried it was traceable to him.
Well,
It is
that
still
and
traceable
she,
to him.
Well, no, that and she was worried that I was the one who bought it because it was really low quality. It was.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure it was a $50.
Yeah.
Like the only good quality about the blade itself was that it was made with Damascus, and that was it.
Yeah, like the whole grip and the guard and all of that was super rough.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be the highest quality considering how cheap it was compared to, a proper hand
honestly,
forged one.
to this day, I'm still tempted to just remove all of that crap off of it, drill some holes in the tang, and then just sand myself a grip. My own wood grip.
I mean, like I said, the best part about it is the blade.
Yeah.
So
I have the tools to re-grip it.
yeah, that could be a weekend project for you.
Yeah, but that takes effort. Super Saiyan 4 Go Get Us Nights at Freddy's. In a universe where Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is permanently fused, Bulma wants to give her fursuit a husband a decent job. What?
Sorry, can I get a
There's-
repeat on that?
Sorry there.
Atin's just like, I need to be assassinated.
Hey, Sneaky, how much will it cost you to regrip that knife?
And send it to you. In a universe where Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is permanently fused, Bulma wants to give her fursuit husband a decent job. He ends up taking a job at a place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. But unknown to Gogeta, the pizzeria holds dark secrets that need to be uncovered. This fanfiction is not related to Dragon Ball Toga. Swearing goes into new games, not GT Gogeta. This whole freaking section. This whole freaking section.
Yeah. Good fucking god. Why?
This whole
Fuck you,
frickin'
Alwar.
section is
You're
just...
there.
Oh god. Washing machines versus the prince. What would happen if you gave the Prince of Saiyans a job as a night guard at Five Nights at Freddy's Pizza? Made only for fun. I'm going to expect flames. Fair enough, author.
At least they know.
What kind of reviews does this thing have? Plot hole, Bulma doesn't need Vegeta to get a job because she's the richest woman alive. I mean, fair.
Yeah.
She is.
The Prince
fact-
of Pizza. Bulma forces Vegeta to seek employment in order to pay for building materials needed to repair his artificial gravity chamber. But where does Vegeta... Okay. But where does Vegeta find work? Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. The only question remains is if animatronics feel fear.
Alright, this one at least, the summary feels like it's meant to be a shitpost or a crack fic at least.
I mean, it shockingly has 50 favorites, so it might be the only story in this entire section worth clicking on.
Like, this one seems to at least be going with the idea of like, no, seriously, they're Saiyans. Why the fuck would they be scared of faulty animatronics?
Regardless of how many dead children are inside them.
Vegeta plays Five Nights at Freddy's, cringe. DBZ past travels power levels. I have no idea what that means. One night with Mr. Popo.
That's worrying.
I'm
Five
sorry.
Nights at Androids.
Mm.
600 words per chapter. Okay.
He also expected people to make him a cover image and just send it to him.
Yeah. Chi-Chi keeps nagging Goku to get a job already, and he finds one at pizzerias. Okay. Anyway, Prince of all pizza. Buon Dio, I apologize for lack of publishing. I have terrible procrastination habit. I can never do things fast enough. That really sucks for me. Since I got my first 2 favorites. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember those days.
I don't.
You never
I
got
don't.
your first favorites?
Max, the first story I ever published got 85 favorites on the first chapter within 10 hours of publishing it.
Is that your Pokemon one?
Yes, it is.
Is that the really poorly written one you've given yourself shit for?
The absolute garbage tier one? You betcha.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. So I never languished in the I have single-digit favorites section.
Yeah, no, my first favorite was rather nice because it was in a low traffic section, anyways. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the difference. I stuck to the niche stuff. You stuck to the mainstream shit. Maybe that's the problem.
I mean, maybe. Maybe. But I mean, hell, even on the Dark Souls story, we got like, what, 50 favorites immediately?
No, it took a couple chapters, I think.
No, what's our final favorite count?
I can't be that high.
No, it's probably not that high. It's probably like at 70 now. Okay, yeah, 50 favorites. Okay, fair enough. Man,
Yeah.
I feel...
Feel what?
We got a review back in... Wait, what?
Wait, what? When did we get a review? Oh, right. That guy. Wasn't that someone that you ended up sending a shitty review to?
No, Guardian Reaper 92.
Oh, right.
I feel bad for Lurker. Oh man, I feel so bad for Lurker. Oh, that poor dude. 26, it's been 6 fucking years.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man.
Man, reading through that recent review again, that dude really likes his prose in his reviews, doesn't he?
Yeah. The constant attempts to create comedy and humor are lost on me, and greatly annoying as they interrupt the flow of the story. But that's a personal view, so take it as you will.
Which, by the way, you and I reread those chapters enough. We managed to incorporate it into the flow pretty well.
I mean, considering the whole story was just about the characters interacting, I'm not really sure how them making jokes at each other was impacting the flow of the story.
Yeah, most of our writing, in fact, is dialogue for this.
Pretty much everything is the characters joking around and having a life outside of slaughtering thousands. So, I mean, I don't
Be
know.
fair, depending on the playthrough, it could be only hundreds. In fact, Soul Level 1 could only be like 15.
Rookie
I mean,
numbers.
okay, so our summary is the flame burns lower and the flame burns lower, and as time passes, the cracks in reality increase. It was inevitable that a glitch would occur. Now, usurped from his time, can a hero from the golden age of gods unite the remnants of Lordran under him? Subject to the warp world of a flickering flame, will he and his allies discover in time what brought the land of gods so low and save it? Obviously referencing Hovel.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we can make that clearer because we literally have this opening part
Hovel
where
in
it's
there.
like lol, and then Hovel shows up. Like, not maybe a fourth into the chapter, Hovel shows up, and if you read the summary, you're like, and you know Dark Souls, you're like, oh, it's fucking Hovel. It's Hovel non-hollowed. You know, Hovel the General.
Yeah, in fact, we don't have. There's no chosen undead in our story at any point.
Yeah.
Because the prison was on fire.
Yeah, we had the prison burned down.
It
Don't worry
had burned
about
down.
Valkyrie's
Literally.
the closest thing to a chosen undead because she comes out of the asylum.
No, not even the asylum. Just the normal asylum. You know,
Yeah.
That's
nearby.
Yes, that burned the
Yeah,
other one
with
down.
a bunch of normal people. Normal humans.
Hey, If they're in an asylum, how normal can they be?
Well,
Well, they're more normal than an undead.
True.
Fair
That's
enough.
fine. Yeah.
you see,
reason
Valkyrie
why, yeah.
was at the asylum, not to be confused with the undead asylum, which is on a neighboring island. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It makes as much sense.
I wasn't going to, so
Like, yeah, was this opening a little bit like 2000s humor? Yes. Is we going to be able to do anything about it? No.
I'm gonna be real. Even on a recent read through, I still wouldn't want to change this opening.
I like
I like it
Valkyrie.
too much.
I really enjoy Valkyrie as a character. She is actually incredibly enjoyable for me to read. Just, I just like Valkyrie.
Yeah, it was fun writing this story. We really do need to try to get together and finish it.
At
Like
least
even if it's
end it.
just like a
Yeah.
3-chapter speed run.
We've been here for a while. Time to speedrun. Glitches through wall. I learned this on YouTube.
dream.
I guess alternatively, Sneaky, we could speed run it with a single chapter, and the single chapter just be 70k words.
I mean, we could also do that. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
I'll just spend 4 days editing it for final
4 days.
revision. Jesus.
Vegetta's patience was slowly wearing thin. 4 days ago, he once again demolished the artificial gravity chamber, which was currently his only method of effectively training Solo. Normally, it would have taken at most 2 days for the gravity chamber to be fully operational again, but to the prince's surprise and annoyance, the room was still out of order. "Woman, do you mind telling me why the repairs are taking so damn long?" he frustratingly yelled. The only response he received was a newspaper hitting him directly in the face. The Saiyan prince grabbed the paper as it slowly slid down his cheek. Looking down, he saw a note attached to the parchment. The newspaper is not made out of parchment. Vegeta detached the note, his eyes widening at what was written down. "Get a job." Vegeta's eyes started to twitch a bit. "Bulma, what the hell is this?" he angrily bellowed. "It's exactly what you think it is, Vegeta. You're getting a job." A woman with cyan-colored hair screamed back. "And why would I work for some low-level earthling?" "Because I decided that you're going to be the one to pay for the building materials. It's your gravity chamber." "Well, it's your father's invention. Maybe he should pay for the materials." "Do not bring my dad into this. You're getting a job."
Oof.
"I am Vegeta, the last pure-blooded Saiyan in the universe. I refuse to take orders." "Oh, and before I forget," Bulma interrupted, "I'll be serving you human-sized meals if you refuse," she finished with a smirk. Vegeta froze in place as his jaw hung wide open. There was no way a Saiyan could survive with portions meant for Earthlings. He would be thin as a broomstick. "Very well, Bulma dear." Vegeta stuttered, admitting defeat. A warm yet victorious smile formed on Bulma's face. "Good husband," she said as she walked towards the laboratory. "I'll leave you to do your job hunting. Good luck."
I'm gonna
Alright,
give some points.
fair
This
enough,
is
yeah.
this is an interaction I can see occurring.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
That's
yeah,
what it
it's,
is.
it's fair enough.
Absolutely.
Could be worse.
So, anyway, yeah, he finds a Fazbear job, and it leaves off there with, him calling the establishment. Yeah, that was funny. I'll give it that. I had a chuckle. A chuckle was had. Alright, so... is there anything good in the comic section? Nope, could not give a shit. Why is Homestuck in the comic section?
That's a good question.
I guess you could call Homestuck a comic. I don't like Homestuck. Hot take here, but I don't like Homestuck.
But does anyone? Don't answer that.
I knew a few people who
Yeah.
were about as annoying as JoJo fans when it came to Homestuck.
No,
Yeah.
it's different. I would say the people who were Homestuck fans were more annoying because at least JoJo had some production quality.
You know what? That's fair. Cause I was like,
Ooh.
all right, fine. I'll look at Homestuck, and I went to chapter 1. I'm just like, what the fuck am I reading?
Ooh, that's a bit of a low blow there, guys.
But like again, my point
It's
is
true though.
looking at JoJo, right? I can be like at least be like, oh, pretty animations, etc., etc.
Super Buff Man.
Buff men fighting buff men.
I mean, less jazzed about that one, but
It be what it be.
What the hell?
what?
They made a Homestuck game. Oh god.
That's been a thing for a while.
I mean, great. Take it down, please.
Yeah, I remember the fucking webcomic, and it was.
Rough.
Whew, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Was it if I go to read? Yeah, as you can
There's
tell, some of them get pretty.
Epilogues.
Yeah, it finished as far as I'm aware.
8,000 pages.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, Homestuck. Homestuck went for a while.
so I can see.
Yeah.
A very
Kinda-
long while.
Kind of wish I didn't.
I have no idea what that is, and I will keep it that way.
You're better off.
No, you're more or less better off like that, yeah.
I'm glad that I managed to not let any of my friends, what few of them were into Homestuck back in high school, I'm glad I never let them talk me into checking it out.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that good. Wasn't that good. You know what? Let's do Fallout in honor of Orpheus, who just updated his story.
Congrats to Orpheus.
Are we gonna go make fun of his story specifically?
I mean, we can if you want to. There's not much to make fun of. I've been personally helping him with the editing work on it, so. And he actually listens to me when I make comments about stuff, and he's actually rewritten whole chapters before because of it. So.
Isn't it so
Yeah.
nice when people take your criticism to heart?
Yes, it's very nice. It's very nice at all. Yeah. Unlike certain people. Like Leaf Ranger, for example. Fuck that guy.
What happened between you and Leaf Ranger again?
I used to be a idea guy for him. So basically, he came to me whenever he had lore questions, or story questions, or narrative questions, or structure questions, and
Questions.
like basically he had betas for like the spelling and grammar and stuff. But if he wanted to figure out how to make a chapter work or to get a certain plot point to happen, he went to me. And I told him no very often. Flat out, this idea is dumb, it won't work. Not interesting. It won't be cool. And I was right. I was right pretty much 100% of the time. Because what ended up happening is he would come to me, look for advice on, say, how the Terran Dominion would fare against the Naruto world. You know, from StarCraft, the Terran Dominion.
Okay, if this doesn't end with Ha 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 ha. Brap brap. Cruiser reporting.
He thought that a good way to set up a story. I told this story before, but it's always great retelling it. He thought a good way to set up a story in where Naruto is kidnapped by the Terran Dominion to turn into a ghost and then later into a specter. He thought a good way of doing this would be the Zerg find Naruto's planet, proceed to invade, the ninjas hold the Zerg off for several weeks, and then the Terran Dominion shows up and manages to evacuate all of the ninjas and the various people that are left alive, and then in the process of doing that, they kidnap Naruto and turn him into a specter, and then it time skips to 15 years later or something, because they were going to do it while Naruto was 6.
So the village hidden in the leaves wouldn't let their nuclear device go. Also, genuinely, depending on where you have the first Zerg land, they might not be able to stick around long enough to establish a foothold.
I mean, if they landed in the middle of the city, maybe not, but the Zerg are fucking smart. This is like a full...
It depends on who's running the Zerg at the time and where they land.
It really doesn't, because this is a full Zerg invasion. This isn't just a Zerg
okay. This
lands
isn't
on the planet.
This isn't one pod. Okay, this is just the Zerg.
This is a brood found the planet and decided to invade it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they.
And I'm just dude,
maybe the village hidden in the
planet.
leaves could hold out for a week.
No, the Terran planets, the Dominion, the people with the technology that can actually fight the Zerg, their planets are overrun in hours canonically.
Oh, hours?
Yeah, it takes hours for the Zerg to devour a planet.
Yeah, never mind, they're fucked.
Yeah.
I thought it was days.
No, it's days on the bigger worlds, but on outpost planets, the ones with roughly the same population as Naruto's planet, takes them hours. And that's mostly because the problem is that Zerg just go to the places where the humans aren't, and then they start building bases. And so then it doesn't matter how many waves of Zerg the humans kill, they just
keep popping them out.
Keep producing Zerg. And so that's sort of the problem, is there's a lot of area of the Naruto world that doesn't have people on it.
Yeah.
And I'm dude, yeah, maybe the ninja techniques would be mildly effective against the Zerg, but it's billions of Zerg, right? You don't count Zerg in the hundreds, you count Zerg in the thousands to billions.
Listen, anytime you give a number of Zerg, 1, it's assumed that there's 3 zeros after that.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And so it's they wouldn't really last. He's okay, well, what if the Terran Dominion invaded then? I'm they would lose. The Terran Dominion would just fucking crush the Naruto nations.
Here's what would happen. They would send down some of their expendable, brainwashed Marines. They would get diced. Okay, right? Let's assume they run into some real ninjas.
Well, I mean, everything up until... Kakashi tier might have a chance. But ninjas canonically go up to 60 miles per hour running. The average Jonin.
Yep.
Which is slower than most Zerg.
It's definitely not slower than a Zergling, though.
Yeah, the Zerglings are fucking faster than some of the Terran's vehicles, which are literally anti-gravity.
Are they?
They're almost, yes.
I asked because, here's the problem. Cutscene-wise, don't get me wrong. They do appear fast, but they don't appear,
So
70
basically,
miles an hour fast.
due to game mechanics, the Zerglings couldn't be faster than like the scout vehicles for the Terrans. Otherwise, there would be no reason to them. And could you just
But I'm
be able
saying
to...
even cutscene wise.
No, cutscene wise, like actual end evolution Zerglings would be able to catch up to a Vulture.
Okay, hang on a second. There's a big difference between end evolution Zergling and like StarCraft 1 cutscene Zergling.
Right. No, I hear you. You know, they're definitely faster than cars and than the average civilian car.
Yes.
But
anyway, the point is, ninjas may or may not kill a few of them, but it doesn't matter if they do, because one, the Space Marines are completely expendable, and two, wow, they've killed like 15 Space Marines and they've lost like 5 people. Well,
completely acceptable casualties.
No, they don't appear to.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's the other thing is like, so basically, on top of that, it's gonna be incredibly hard to damage the armor. Like they used uranium spikes as thick as your arm, and that pierced Marine armor. And that was being shot from a gauze rifle, which uses, you know, gauze technology to fire a uranium spike at speeds. And they have what was it? What's it called? HUD stuff that makes aiming, you know, connected to their rifle. They have the armor itself, which is Neo Steel, which is really fucking strong. I don't think most ninjas would be able to punch through it.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily need to.
Yeah, does your average Jonin know to like put chakra in the knife tip?
Well, I mean, yes, but even then, it's still like, how effective is chakra at cutting?
Well,
because
I mean, that sort of assumes you have to penetrate the armor, though. Because what you only need is a fucking blast wave strong enough to liquefy whatever's inside the armor.
That's true.
Even
yeah.
damaging it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely 100%. But I mean, they also have shockwave stuff because they do airdrop Marines.
Yeah. So there's some mitigation for that, which is understandable. But like,
yeah, but point is basically it's really only going to be the toppest of tier ninjas that are going to be able to reliably kill the average
and like
Marine.
I said, the second the Terran Dominion starts trading poorly, okay, fuck you. Hey,
they're just gonna
filthy
start bombarding
peasants on
them.
the ground. Yeah. Surrender or we'll shoot our giant gun.
Yeah, literally.
How big could the gun be? Boom.
Boom.
Crater, you know, craters of space the size of the village hidden in the leaves. We surrender.
Pretty much. And so I'm just like, they would basically lose. And he's like, but maybe they could like bury the tanks or something. Like,
okay, credit to him. That would like actually fuck a tank over pretty hard.
Yeah, like just it would work on the tanks,
but
like
Marines, nah.
Like, well, it depends on how deep you make the pit.
Like, the main issue was he was operating off of numbers based on the game.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, well, in the game, you can only have, like, you know, only, like, 10 Marines or whatever this fast. And then I sent him a clip from the Heart of the Swarm opening.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
By the way, that's the only time a Vulture's ever been effective. That cutscene.
Yes.
Or not a Vulture, a Viking, I'm sorry.
The Viking... yeah.
Hi, I've got this unit that can 4-shot your workers, and it flies.
Why didn't you just build Reapers? Fuck you!
To be fair, it's much, much harder to kill.
I mean, yes, obviously it's much harder to kill, but still. But point being is that I told him no on a lot of ideas. And he eventually just stopped coming to me because I kept telling him, no, this idea won't work. No, you won't be able to write a lot for this idea. No, this won't be interesting. Because he thought his ideas were just the best. And so, later on, I went to his profile page. I noticed he tried writing a bunch of the stories that I told him no wouldn't work, and wouldn't you know it, they all died within 3 chapters.
Yep.
Because looks like I was fucking right.
Amazing.
Yes.
Who could have seen this coming?
Who could have seen that coming? So anyway, patrolling the Mojave, Max, a young Californian woman.
Starting off strong.
Decides to enlist in the army to see the world beyond shady sands. Really? You're going with that one? Soon brought to the Mojave as a soldier, she quickly finds herself embroiled in the Republic's vicious conflict with Caesar's Legion, its allies, and hostile third parties. As a new threat emerges from a shallow grave in Goodspring, Max must adapt to the ruthless wastes to survive. How do you feel about that, Max? Good talk, Max.
Thank you, Max. Very cool.
Always has the best opinions to share with us. Why I survived. I mean, honestly, so overall, to get back to the other story, it's not very interesting, honestly. So it's like, yeah, okay, so it's from the perspective of an NCR trooper. Historically, canonically, NCR troopers got very little training, were fairly incompetent, all things considered, and women were not very well looked on in the NCR in terms of soldiers. They had some discrimination going on in the ranks. Obviously not Caesar's Legion level of discrimination, but they still had discrimination. So I mean, this person has written 3 goddamn books for this character. And good hustle. In 1 year, 3 books, 1 year, that's a good hustle. But I can't see how that story would be interesting. Because basically what it is it's just gonna be it's just gonna be the classic Fallout story, but not using Fallout New Vegas's opening. She's got to adapt to the ways to survive, which implies that she's not going to be with the NCR? Question mark? Because if she is with the NCR, then the entire story is just her going to be at an outpost because that's where her position is. At that outpost. Standing guard. And that's it.
Riveting.
Unless the author is going to start off with her already being part of one of the crack squads that get sent out to kill people. Because those exist in Fallout New Vegas. But they all got shut down because they all died. Or had trauma. Some people might remember the quest you have to do for those. And the various women of part of that crack squad who all got raped and traumatized.
Amazing.
Yes.
What a surprise.
So, basically what I'm trying to say is I can't really see an interesting story where the character is already beholden to a large military organization meaning they either are going to be following orders and doing jack all shit, or they're going to be disobeying orders and somehow not be kicked out of the NCR. Because again, the NCR is a ineffective military organization who punishes people who actually do their job, pretty much, as far as canon goes. So, only the Courier can really get away with it because they're not actually part of the NCR. Why I survived! Behold, Urgia. Urgia? I have slain this
Something.
attacker, protected what is mine, and taken what was theirs for my trouble, even their flesh. It was disgusting, but I needed all the power I could get to save my family. A sex adventure with a decent amount of stories, including cheating, impregnation, and cannibalism.
What the fuck is ritualistic cannibalism?
I mean,
Featuring Piper, Soul
what it says on the
Survivor,
tin.
Kate, and Curie.
I think somebody just decided to write out their fucking mod loadout from Lover's Lab.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah.
That's what makes most sense to me. And I wish I didn't.
I kind of want to click on it, but at the same time,
It is
I
going to
mean,
be very TOS.
yeah, I feel like there's going to be some TOS in here. Hey Max, can you do me a favor?
Send
Hang
Remy
on,
to
I
do it.
want to this time.
hang on. give me a sec, Snakey. Give me a sec.
We got an unpaid
I'm sure
intern.
there's something.
I got your back.
I'm gonna say there's something in the first 300 words.
Let's see. Hold on.
How many paragraphs in does it get, Arn, before it goes to shit?
I am checking. Let's see. Well, first chapter only has a bit of ritual cannibalism. It's only like 1,000 words long, so it's not even a page. And I wouldn't say it's TOS necessarily, but
All right,
I don't
well,
know.
we'll see.
Up to
I'm
you.
not a monster, but there's a reason why I survived when everyone else died. There's magic, and I know how to accident. What the fuck? When I was 9, a car accident killed my grandfather, and I was sitting behind him and Granny next to him, and Granny adored Grandpa. And then Granny told me that we were going to take solace from this accident and Grandpa would help us one last time, because there is power in flesh, and flesh is not meat, flesh is forbidden meat. The meat of something this world calls too precious to eat, the most important thing to another
What
living
the
thing,
fuck did I come
flesh.
back to?
When you
That's the
eat
same question I have.
Ritual
flesh,
cannibalism.
flesh,
It was not by his
flesh.
head.
When you can earn praise and the favor of Uriguria, god of conquest. Oh, I swear to God. Do not be real. If you're
I
real,
couldn't find anything about it. It brought up some sort of food thing and then a travel thing.
Okay, that's Russian.
no, this is not Russian.
Nah.
Or, I'm
That's
sorry, it's
fucking-
Cyrillic.
No, not
That's
Cyrillic. That's
not
like
Cyrillic.
Slovakian or Slovakian, Czech maybe.
Some
oh,
kind
no,
of
it's
food.
Ethiopian.
What?
What the fuck? No, that. What? No, that's another thing entirely, my
That's
guy.
another team.
The top one is has to be Slovakian. I think.
But yeah, it doesn't seem to be a real thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Hang on.
Thank
Yeah.
Hang
God.
on, Sneaky.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drop you a screenshot of my search results for that on Brave. Because apparently there's a version of this on Hentai Foundry.
Why?
You know, that's a very good question.
I think we all know why it's on Hentai Foundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
When you eat the flesh, you earn the praise, and you just have to call on his name, brag about your deed, and he will take notice and give power to you. I was old enough to know it sounded crazy, and what would Miss Anderson, my third grade teacher, tell me to do? But I loved Granny more than Miss Anderson, and I trusted her, so she did it first, and she showed me how to eat grandfather. All I remember about repeating this action was that it made my teeth hurt. Chew it in your jaw until there's no flavor of blood. I know it's yucky, child. I am sorry. I did as I was told, and just as I told, I spit it out. Then just as told, I spit it out. Okay. Behold, Uriga, we are so ruthless as to sup on the flesh of our dying ally, our dying family. Behold us, and then it was done. No flash of lightning, no boom or smell of smoke. I was worried Granny had gone insane, though she seemed so calm. She told me to tell nobody that we ate grandfather, but to remember the ritual in case I ever needed it. We stayed in shocked silence until an ambulance arrived after that. Nobody in our shitty country hospital cared enough to investigate why there was bite marks on the dead grandfather.
That's not how that would go. Because
There's
they'd be like,
nothing-
oh, that's where there are bite marks. Post-mortem.
Yeah.
Why?
Why are there human teeth bite marks post-mortem? There was
Yeah.
nothing else particularly remarkable about my life. I rarely got sick and the symptoms were mild. Everyone always noted me as a quick healer. Granny always smiled when people said that. Maybe she was just insane. Maybe I was, but I can think of no other reason why, of 300 Vault residents put on ice, I'm the only one alive. Luck?
Plot armor?
Probably not because you ate your grandfather. I mean, look, so honestly, another part of this is like, usually in these cannibalistic religions, you have to constantly feast. And when I say constantly, I don't mean every day. I mean, it's sort of like, it's like usually marked by the moons or something. Of you need to renew your vows or something.
But there is a schedule to be kept.
Yeah, there's a schedule to be kept effectively, where about how often you need to eat people, or it's like a reaction to a certain event. Like, if someone dies this way, you have to eat them, or et cetera, et cetera. Because it's supposed to like, if they die of old age, you don't eat them because their life energy is spent. But if they die at a young age, you're supposed to eat them so you can carry on their life energy. And there's so many interpretations that exist through the various cannibalistic rituals and religions that existed out in the ether. But they're all kind of like scheduled. It's all finite. It's not a I one time bit a person when I was 9 years old, and then for the rest of my life I was a quick healer. It's
Of course it is.
I am just really if that's how the author opens up that story, I am disturbed by where it might go.
Can I place a
I
bet
do
and
wanna
say
point
this
out,
person practices
it takes
like
a
the Wiccan
lot
thing?
to get us to the point of going, you're disturbed. We've seen a
Yeah.
lot on this fucking show, man.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I'll look at you
Seen a
weird for a
lot.
lot of things, but this is definitely one of those things where I go, what the fuck, man?
No, I would say this isn't just I'ma look at you weird. This is call the
Hello,
cops.
police? I think I'm about
Yeah,
to get
hi police.
consumed.
This guy's got a fantasy story about murdering people and eating them. And I noticed the murder rate's been spiked in the town he's in.
Might want to take a look at that.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. We got Edge of Glory. A simple procedural quarrel sparks a war between two Legion officers that spans across all of the Legion's conquest of the Southwest. Watch as the rise of the Legion as the duelist feud turns into a legend and a shining example about how savagery can take on a new meaning when it's acted out in the name of civilization and glory to an emperor. Bruh. I hate to break this to you, but we have like 800, 1200, 1600 years of history of, no, 7,000 years of history of civilization and glory mixed with savagery. Like Nanking. I'm just throwing shit out there, you know.
Oh
Rome.
my.
What?
No, I'm sorry, not you. So there's really fucking crazy Gundam people out there who master grades aren't enough for them. So there's master grade extremes that are all metal. And they just announced one for Strike Freedom,
So
which
what
is
do you
widely
do?
regarded as the most fucking extra, like, any of a Gunpla.
Right, but wouldn't that be like, well, you have to like weld them or something? Or like, wouldn't metal be easier to put together?
No, okay, I'm sorry, I don't think you should. They
Master
build.
Grade Extremes aren't made with metal. That's a completely separate thing.
Isn't
They
it?
are a level of engineering that is completely unnecessary and is literally made for the psychos in this.
I could have sworn that they said this one was a metal build.
I don't recall seeing anything about that because I just
In
sent
the
you an
second
infographic
Strike
saying
Freedom Gundam, we will change the depth of metal expression with 3 types of special processing, 2 types of metallic molding, and a total of 6 patterns of etching seals.
yeah, they're plating it. Metal expression does not mean made of metal. They're the
Fucking
look of metal.
Japan. Regardless,
Anyways,
master grade extremes are fucking insane.
yeah.
Okay.
Extremely.
And Strike Freedom is probably the most extra of any of the Gunpla kits. Like, Strike Freedom will generally take you 30 minutes to an hour longer than an average kit of its type. Except for SD kits.
Okay.
So, just damn, it's extra. It's very extra.
Okay. Good talk.
Okay.
Thank you for breaking up this terrible story with that story.
You're welcome. It was somehow less painful than that story.
Was it though?
I mean, I do
Yes.
think an
Yeah.
ice pick lobotomy would also be less painful than that story.
Gonna
Well,
say.
The old Trotsky special.
Yeah, exactly. The old Soviet Mexican boogaloo.
Soviet Mexican boogaloo. Okay. The MC of Metamorphosis is how I imagine Taylor Hebert to look like, and ironically enough, both of them tend up to the brilliant of the story. Metamorphosis.
It's a hentai.
Oh, is that the one that's getting an anime?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. A hentai is now getting an anime.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they've been doing that for
They've been doing that for a
Yeah.
long while.
yeah.
So
But,
do they just
you know,
do
Metamorphosis
they just
has
go
a
back to the original
certain
hentai, clean up
reputation.
some of the animation, and just, you know,
No, I mean,
cut
like
some scene?
it's a manga,
Ah,
well, a hentai manga, you know.
well, yes, I knew hentai mangas were getting
Yes.
animes.
Then, excellent. Yeah. That's what's happening.
Yep.
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 Yeppers in chat, boys.
Yep, and shit.
Yep.
Uh-huh. The Return of Lone Wanderer. A story where Deacon is Lone Wanderer. Cool. Before the Fallout. 5 snapshots before the Fallout. Lame. Atonement. The concluding series where love has no boundaries. Hope is no limit. And one's circumstances does not define their ability for change. So pure fantasy, got it. Interesting. Also, love has no boundaries. That's very interesting, author. Please look at this wall here.
Yeah. Please inspect this wall for me, sir.
The final installment following the previous installment, Submerged and Eulogy, rated for explicit sexual content. Why?
Because God hates you.
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. The general reunions. Everything has been taken from me. My home. My wife. Miss my wife. I didn't expect to get frozen and wake up 200 years in future, but now someone's taken my son, and someone's gonna pay. Author's note, I'm currently version 2ing it. Okay. Alright, author, have fun with that. You didn't complete the original, so I can only imagine how well the version 2ing is going. Fallout, the Crimson Federation! My name is Lauren Bell. I am the leader of Crimson Federation, founded in year 2280, 3 years after the events of Fallout 3 that is more commonly known as the collapse of the Enclave. Ah yes, everyone in the Wasteland also knows the collapse of the Enclave by the name Fallout 3. Interesting. Fascinating.
I think what you should be saying is, oops, my oil rig got blowed the fuck up, Fallout 2.
And at the moment, the Brotherhood of Steel started to expand once more. I was not born in this universe. Oh no, I wasn't. I was from same blue planet that you are, which is also known as, namely, Earth.
What?
Author, what if I'm reading this on Mars?
Yeah, what are you, a racist, author? Against Martians?
Yeah, are you racist against Martians?
Clearly.
I mean, if you're on Mars, then I don't know. I feel like we've moved beyond the need for this website or this author ever again.
Well, I mean, the author can go to Mars too.
I mean, yes.
No,
he's
I
there as
don't
a
want
banished
him on my
person.
pure red planet.
You know what? I think the only ethical and moral option right now to solve racism in our society is that we load every black person onto a rocket and they go to Mars.
Sneaky!
They can start their civilization free of the white menace on Mars.
Yeah, I mean, some would agree with you. Not enough, clearly, but...
A lot of black power individuals would probably agree with me. That means I'm not racist.
Listen, all I want is for us to finally get to the point where we're not fighting people over their race. We're fighting over whether or not you were born in space.
I want to fight people because they're born on the wrong planet.
Yes.
You filthy humans will never understand. Your souls are weighed down by gravity. Alright, Char, that's enough fucking crack for one day.
Your souls are weighed down by gravity.
I'm not
Holy
shitting
shit.
you, that's a line!
That's great!
That's a line in Gundam, and it's implied to be literal and not figurative.
It's the reason you can't have psychic powers is because your punk-ass soul is weighed down by gravity.
That is absolutely fantastic.
But it's also like By the way, you fuckers also ruined the Earth and turned it into an ecological hellhole, so that's also weighing your soul down.
I would also like to point out that everyone thinks they're going to be the space nomad, but what's really going to be the space nomad is when we send the gypsies into space and they start stealing our spaceships.
Sneaky. For the love of God, learn when
Damn
to
gypsies
fucking
just stealing
shut
my
up,
space rocks.
please. Oh my God.
What? I'm just saying.
I don't
Yeah.
care what you're just saying, dude. You can't just fucking say that on Twitch.
Why I can't just say we're gonna have space gypsies? Are you
God,
denying?
you
Are
can
you
just-
saying we should
say it.
eliminate gypsy culture? Nose? Are you a racist?
Are you saying we should never let gypsies into space? Because that's
yeah,
pretty racist.
that's pretty
Jose.
fucked up, man. You're saying we should deny the ability for gypsies to go into space because they're gypsies? That is completely
No.
fucked up.
You can't. Okay, you can't call them that. You fucking Neanderthal.
They call themselves gypsies.
Yes, but the Twitch staff don't know that.
I mean, that's probably fair enough.
The
Maybe they
Twitch
should
staff
learn.
don't know this stream exists either.
Also fair enough. He's got a fair point. That's a fair counterpoint by Max.
Here's the thing. The filter's not going to catch him saying that word. It's other certain words that are considered much worse that it'll catch.
Look, all I'm saying is I think the blacks are important enough they should get their own planet. Specifically Mars.
Okay, so what are you going to do if they decide to actually go full Char with this and they go with the solution? By the way, Sneaky, I think you might like this. Char's solution for fixing all the damage humans have done to the Earth
Yes.
is to crash a planet-killing asteroid into it and
Mhm.
force starting an ice age.
That'd be pretty based.
He almost succeeds, too.
If Amuro hadn't psychically mind-controlled hundreds of people and forced them to suicide their
Look-
mobile suits to stop it.
All I'm saying is, if the Black Martians decide to send an asteroid at Earth, we'll just send our own asteroid made out of the environmentalist volunteers at that asteroid.
Exactly.
And
Okay,
then
are
we'll
you
prevent...
suggesting a colony drop against future Mars?
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Made out of environmentalists? Yes.
Hey, listen,
Absolutely.
listen. I got news for you. If the
That's
Void
not just a
Dragon is on
suggestion,
Mars,
it's a
the
moral
colony drop
imperative.
isn't enough.
I'm just saying we need
That's
to
why we
round
sit
up all the
there.
environmentalists.
Give them a free ride.
Yeah, give them a free rocket ride.
What's not to love?
The Crimson Federation. God, it's so fucking cringe, man. Come on! The Crimson Federation.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, that's actually a title. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You thought I was joking
No.
about that shit?
No, I thought you just came up with something off the top of your head. For some
Man.
reason.
No, man. Come on, man.
If you're calling something the Crimson Federation, it needs to be in an anime plot.
Honestly,
to
Damn
be
it,
over the
Max,
top.
I can't
Over the
find the
top.
fucking quote from Char.
if we ever get to the part where magic happens, or we have enough space shit going on, or entering the new Wild West era, I will absolutely create an organization called the Chaos Brigade, and I will misspell both words as much as
Excellent.
possible.
I hate
Are you
so
going to also
much right
paint
now.
your rocket ship red?
I will
To make
paint
it
it
go
red to go
faster?
faster, and I'll make the tip of it to be black and white checker boxes, so it explodes on impact.
And if you need to do something stealthy, you just paint it purple.
Exactly. I'll paint all my rockets purple. That way, the anti-air, anti-rocket measures won't be able to track them. Actually,
Works for me.
shit. Should someone tell the orcs that?
No.
The orcs know it. They just don't do it because they like, going faster.
No, the rockets. If they painted their rockets purple, that would prevent people from shooting the rockets down.
If they
I mean-
paint it purple and red, then it goes faster.
What if
and
they painted the engine red
Okay,
and then the
serious
case
question
around the
here.
engine purple?
if the orcs paint the ship purple, don't they just lose the ship because now they can't see it or anything they
No,
need to be able
orcs
to
can
steer
see
it?
purple.
Oh,
No, they can't.
orcs can see.
No, the orcs can't. Only stealthy orcs can see purple.
Okay, yeah,
No, the
but see,
commandos.
if they're
Only
painting
proper
the
stealthy
ship
orcs.
purple, they are stealthy enough to see purple. That's
Mm.
the implied logic. Change.
A stealth
Granted, there
orc
might-
ship.
I don't
what
know.
will happen is another
Uh,
group of orcs that can't see it will run
Well-
into it or ram it, and it'll explode, making it for not.
So
effective.
does that mean that if an orc is handed a normal orc is handed a paint can of purple, it just looks like an empty can to them?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the
Possibly.
thing: people do exaggerate the psychic effect of orcs. Like, people do meme it up, but like it's kind of
I
a
don't
question.
know. It feels like the memes aren't that exaggerated.
Well,
Gonna be
okay, so
honest.
here's the problem, Max. It depends on how much any given orc believes things within a radius. Like, in
Yeah.
order to get red ships to be faster, billions of orcs have to believe that. Now, there are billions of orcs across the entire galaxy that believe that, so red makes orc stuff go faster.
Purple is stealthy.
And you've never
Blue is
seen
But
a
like the
purple
purple
orc.
thing is much less common.
You've never seen a purple orc, so therefore, all purple orcs are stealthy.
Blue is lucky, from what I remember.
Yeah, blue's lucky.
Yes.
Learn something
Yellow
new
makes
every
you
day.
shoot better, and I think I don't remember what the fuck black does.
Now,
No,
I-
yellow's
now,
exploding, isn't it?
No, yellow. I don't think yellow actually has any specific traits.
Hold on.
No, because explodey is checkerbox, is a white and black checkerbox.
Blue is okay. Blue is lucky. Green
Mhm.
is the best because orcs are green.
Right.
Black is dead-ard.
Yeah.
White is deadly. Purple is sneaky because you never seen a purple orc. Yellow is flashy, both with explosions
Flashy
and fancy
gets,
grubbins.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, so basically what I'm trying to say here is I did read a story one time in a Warhammer section. I did read a story where a human was put in charge of a bunch of orcs. And they were manning a Tau ship. And it was
Christ, that
beige.
sounds like the start of a disaster movie.
It was a sort of disaster movie. It was the Tau ship was beige. And the orcs are kind of just like, well, why should we listen to you? And the human proceeds to show off their extremely proficient accuracy with the weapons on the Tau ship. And the orcs are like, alright, you're pretty good shot. Fair enough. You're gonna teach all us to shoot. And then maybe we won't kill you.
Seems like a pretty fair trade, to be honest.
And basically, as the story went on a bit, the human went on several rants about orc behavior, and at one point had said, "Why can't more things be beige? Beige is such a normal color. It's simple and refined and cultured."
Did he kickstart a revolution? Did he kickstart a renaissance among the orcs?
Not quite, but all of the orcs sort of took this person's rant as all of their
Oh,
abilities
no.
being related to the color beige because they apparently like the color beige a lot. And so the orcs started getting smarter because beige is the smart color.
Oh,
No, 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 no.
okay. So because they heard refined and cultured, their brains interpreted that as smart. Okay, all right.
Yes. And it got to the point that at one point they saw a rogue trader being attacked by other orcs. The Tau ship rams into the orc Wog Rock, and the vastly smaller orc army on the Tau ship manages to take out the entire Wog Rock army. And then when they board the Rogue Trader's ship, they proceed to march in lockstep Imperial march style to present
All
the
right.
new human warlord.
So listen, if you ever want to understand the orc way of thinking, this is a 45-second clip of the best orc rivalry in existence.
Oh god, what is this clip?
No, Sneaky, this is really well done.
Roses are red, candles drip wax, McDonald's, breaking news.
No, memes and shitposts. Memes and
Man's
shitposts.
trying to kidnap baby for 15
He's
Big
currently
Macs.
catching up on the memes and shit.
Oh no.
Alright, so good enemies are hard to find.
Yeah, that clip. There is actually something fucking terrifying about that clip if you think about it in universe.
No, that's from the book.
I know. Gazgrul Thraka, I think.
Yeah, Gazgul.
Yeah, Gazgul. He spoke to that commissar in High Gothic, which is Latin.
With no accent.
Yeah, perfectly.
He spooked the man who makes orcs terrified.
And also, at some point, he gained the ability to shoot lasers from his eye, because all of the orcs thought he had laser eyes or some shit?
No, he lost an eye,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, the orcs had come up with something that he could kill with a look. So when he lost an eye, he had his eye replaced with a bionic that was also a fucking hotshot las pistol.
Right. That's what it
It's-
was.
Granted, it's just a hotshot las pistol, but, you know.
Okay, but from 2 inches away, you shoot that into an orc skull, the orc skull goes pop.
That's true.
So
Yes.
in the orc eyes, he shoots lasers out of his eye, and
Yes.
his eye is death.
This human shoots lasers from his eyes. Yeah.
So,
No, eye. They
okay.
literally call it his bale eye.
okay. So it sounds like somehow the old idiom of if looks could kill made its way to the orcs.
Yes. Also,
Yes.
if you
Good.
if you look at the description here, or like just the thumbnail, that's about what Yerrick looks like in canon. Like, he is this angry ass, grizzled fucking 64-year-old biologically pissed off commissar.
Oh, what? His eye isn't a fucking feature on his fucking character.
Of
Yes,
course
it is.
Yes, it
No, it
is.
isn't.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon. It's pistol
has-
1, you idiot. Bale eye.
Gazgrul Thraka. He has Gork's Claw, Mork's Roar, and Stick Bomb.
No.
Huh? Why are
Yarn!
you
You
looking at Gas
dipshit.
School?
Why are you
Oh,
looking at
I'm fucking looking at the
Gazgul?
wrong thing. I'm
looking
looking
at
at the wrong
Guys,
thing.
Bale
I'm
eye.
fucking liquored up and I'm not as dumb
What?
as you.
I
Jesus
was maybe
Christ.
looking at the wrong thing. Why the
Yeah,
fuck
we
was
know.
I looking at that?
Maybe. No shit.
I don't understand.
clicked-
What is
I clicked-
I'm only looking
I
at
clicked the
Gazgul's
wrong
page.
thing. He's fucking very close. Fuck off. The fucking
One's a giant ass orc and one's a Hume.
I mistake the two of them all the time. Anyway, so yeah, point of the story is, and unfortunately it died around that point.
What?
But I found it very amusing that basically the orcs were getting smarter because they were on the beige ship, and beige is the smart color, and any
Ugh.
proper person would be beige.
Of course.
So that was mildly amusing to me. Unfortunately, that story is dead. Very dead. It's like years dead. Like 4 years dead.
Yeah.
Frontier
It is
Dreaming!
unfortunate.
By way of Arizona, on the verge of reaching the Mojave, the courier has led the lone wanderer into the state of Arizona. But what the courier promised was a sleepy stretch of highway ended up being anything but. Just what is Caesar's Legion and what does the courier have to do with it? Part 2 of Frontier Dreaming and a sequel to Shattered Illusions. Jesus Christ, this man has written at least 3 books.
Nice.
Enter a Scarred Man. I'm a big fan of Fallout, and this will be the first time I wrote about Fallout, so you should read my Fallout story.
No.
No.
No thanks.
Fallout Mexico. Set 32 years after the bombs fell, citizens of what was once called Mexico were left to fend for themselves in the wake of a nuclear holocaust. And this is the story of multiple characters, friendships, secrets, and encounters. Who the fuck would drop a nuke on Mexico? Like, that's a waste of a nuclear bomb.
It really is.
Oh no, the Mexicans are gonna...
Oh no, the cartels got bombed. Okay. Mexico just got better.
Pretty much. Oh no, a nuclear bomb has killed the main government of Mexico.
Oh no,
Oh,
what will
God.
we do?
Life
Anyway.
expectancy has
God,
increased.
Char's dropping a comment on Mexico.
Sir, we have detected the trajectory for the comet. Where's it gonna hit? Brazil. Ah, well. You know, missiles.
Brazil. What
missiles
part
are-
of Brazil?
Anti-asteroid
The
missiles are expensive.
I mean, I just consider this like you know, it's a bonus, honestly. Don't have to do the work ourselves.
We should really check in with Congress to make sure we should fire this missile. You know, maybe file some paperwork about this to make sure that our budget can handle it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have any cost overruns, you know.
Yeah. In the Shadow of the Valley, the main series by Desert Angel Carkle. In the main series, here at last, for those who wanted to see the main series, the secret truth of my works, and how things changed over time. And this is where you should read it and begin at. This is by extension where the last chapter of the previous story finished. And this is the main story that has pinned a place and ending, and there's nothing left to fix. Enjoy this story because I wrote a lot of it. 2 chapters,
No.
12,000 words. Okay, author.
Well, alright then. For sure thing, buddy.
Cherry. Kidnapped, sold into slavery, and suffering memory loss, Cherry loses herself. Can one of her captors save her? This is very much going to deviate from canon. I'm just here for fun. Content warnings for rape and drug use.
Oh, yes, fun. Of course.
Yes, I'm here for some fun. There will be rape in this story. You know, I would just like to say that whichever AO3 piece of shit came up with this, I loathe. I loathe the person that came up with... Thank you, Ray. I loathe the person that came up with the whole replacing the word rape with it's just non-consensual sex, guys.
What?
Yeah,
It's
you know,
not
a
a
struggle, snuggle.
it's not a gunshot. It's a bullet exit trajectory.
Yeah, guys, I didn't shoot him. The gun went off in his general direction while it was pointed at his vague proximity.
Alright, they're Alec Baldwin.
Oh, no, Sneaky, you're getting it wrong. They walked into the bullet. Come on.
Yeah, then
Yeah, of course.
they walked into the exact trajectory of the bullet.
All right. I
Very
like Roland.
unfortunate.
Also great. It would be more like.
I couldn't find anything for Brigade.
Sneaky, please don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Please.
Hold
Please
on,
do
I'm doing some leet speak translations here right now.
God. This is
You're
your
welcome.
fault, Ray.
You're welcome.
This is your fault. This is the worst thing you've done to me, which, granted, it's not particularly horrible. It just, ugh.
I'm not sorry, except that it's you that has to suffer.
That's the most polite non-apology I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's great for you.
There we go.
Oh God.
Damn, that's
You're missing an
Barely
E.
recognizable.
I'm just
No, I'm
looking
not.
at this and I'm just, I can't wait for the amount of people. They're just like, yo, have you heard of Cot Briad? It's supposed to be Chaos Brigade.
I like how great it's like you're missing an E, blatantly going over the fact that I'm missing a G.
I don't care about that. I care about the end of the brigade.
Well, I mean, if I was gonna go with just like without using numbers, it'd be more like,
Would it just be really passive aggressive random capitalization?
no, more like this. If I was going no numbers, just spelling everything wrong.
That's better.
Yeah, yes, the power of coas.
The power of coas. Yes.
Or some say quasm. I don't know.
Quarasm.
An attempt
Like
was
he's
made,
about-
knows.
About to become a fucking
Look, I don't know how the fuck
13th century Muslim dynasty. Quaresm time.
Uncle Cosm.
Oh no, it's the
Or some
Coas
fake cops.
Brigade. The Coas Brigade. Okay, so is Coas Brigade worse or is this worse?
Brigade.
Okay.
It's the best part about it is the coas brigade has free healthcare.
Exactly. We have also a free unhealth care.
Do you guys have a 401k?
No, Sneaky, you're willing to share. You are such good people that you share your free healthcare solution with others. You export it to other nations.
For
No,
free.
Yeah, we export our
On the end of a
unhealth care
bolter.
system. Yeah, it's our unhealth care system.
Now, what if I told you I could make sure that cancer doesn't kill you? You can cure my cancer? I said I can make sure it's not cancer that kills you.
I didn't say that one.
I said you won't die by cancer. I never said I would cure it.
Load the bolter with malicious intent.
The sad part is some people would actually accept that as a better
Rax gun.
alternative.
God
Now-
damn it.
Now,
Alright,
Sneaky, I have a question.
We're cutting it here so I can tell my really awful jokes that I can't tell online. Alright, it's 8:50. We're done here. This stuff is fucking garbage. Good
Oh,
night,
boy.
everybody. There's always more. It always gets worse.